we all today? Hello. Hello. How are you? Yup. Yup. I'm going through it, but that's okay. I got a little bit more sleep last night than I did the night before, so that's good. Um, Still really, really tired though. So, I feel like my mic is wrong. I feel like I'm wrong. Everything feels wrong, but I choose to pretend like it's not. So, I had another day today where I was like, I have no idea what I want to do. No thoughts, head empty. Um, but I decided that today we're gonna do Power Wash Simulator, so that if I zone out and just stare at everything, at least it's like part of the satisfaction process. You know what I'm saying? So that's the hope for that. Um, yeah, my brain's not working yet. It's fine. Um, it's fine. Skyla, hey, how are you? My headphones are all twisted. Everything's wrong. I'm trying to get back on my meds, so my tummy really hurts. We can get some eeps. Avoid caffeine. Unfortunately, I have to drink caffeine because I work until midnight tonight. And I will be working until midnight for the next week and a half. It's fine. I know why I can't sleep. It's like a self-perpetuating cycle thing. But the hope is that, you take your meds for it. You take your meds that help your brain, and then maybe your brain will let you do things, you know? Um, anyway, you have a night job. Yeah, we're entering Nightmare Tech Week at one of the shows I'm working on. And then it feeds right into another one. It's fine. It's just one of those things where I'm entering the phase of the work stuff that I'm like, oh, right. This is the part of the job that makes me want to quit. I always have fun doing everything else. And then I do this part and I'm like, oh, right. I hate this. So, it is what it is. Work till 2 or 3 a.m. Ugh. Yeah, my job switches from having me like because I do so many different jobs, like it's all the same. I'm like a contract gig worker essentially. So I switch from having to get up at 7 or be there at 7:30 to not being able to leave until almost 1 a.m. And it's kind of just all over the place. So, lots of fun. But that's showbiz, baby. What was I? Oh yeah, I impulsively made the thing that I made last night a soundbite. Whatever they say yeah, basically. I only get paid for the thing in my contract, but also I have to show up to do the job. It's like I get paid for the job, not for the amount of work I put into the job. But whatever. It is what it is. Um, for those who are not in the Discord, I'm actually kind of curious. I wonder if I can get copyright striked for this. I wonder if I did it good enough to get. I actually don't know that you would even get struck for using the actual song. Um, yeah, paid by the job, not the hour. Anyway, I did a little thing. Because I was so miserable and I couldn't fall asleep last night, I decided, all right, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna like be productive with this and distract myself. Um, any Digital Circus fans, or even if you're not a Digital Circus fan, but you were on the internet when the Amazing Digital Circus came out, you probably know. You cannot find it. If you do exclamation Discord, it will give you the link to it. My bot is broken though, so I'll have to manually um do it. Copyright strikes don't happen automatically now on Twitch. They're all manual and take out someone. Oh, so I probably wouldn't get hit on Twitch, but I bet you it would. I guess what I'm really curious about is that if I essentially what I did is I looked up a couple piano tutorials for one of the songs and I remade it in GarageBand. I wonder if I make it close enough, if it'll flag it on YouTube. It won't strike it, but it might. I wonder if it would recognize it. I have to do it later. That's fine. The chat, the command should work offline. I think because it's I think it's a Stream Elements bot, so it should work offline. But yeah, so you'll what happens is you'll go in and read the rules, and you'll it's easier to I'll keep an eye out for it. It's easier to do it while I'm live so that you can tell me you did it and I can look for your name, but I'll keep an eye out because my bot is broken, so I have to manually verify you. But anyway, I was gonna say I'm gonna play the thing. YouTube's very good for copyrighted stuff now, most record companies. Yeah, so I'm not monetized on YouTube. I remember one time someone redeemed the Careless Whisper sound alert and it got muted in Russia. I was like, okay. But I'm not monetized, so it doesn't really affect me. But when we were playing Persona, and it flagged it as the live version of things and was getting mad. Thank you for streaming the other day. Can always chat when stream's about to end. Oh, you're so sweet. Appreciate it. But yeah, I got like a thing that part of my that people in Russia couldn't watch that video because it had Careless Whisper in it. Anyway, you ready for something really, really loud? It's kind of fun. It's not that good. It's messy, and I made it while sleep deprived in a couple hours. But it's kind of fun, and I put it on my sound deck, my stream deck, because fuck it, it's gonna be kind of loud. But here's the thing I made last night, so that no one misses out if you're not in the Discord. Anyway, it's probably gonna be loud. I'm sorry. Or it will be loud. Okay, so that's from the Amazing Digital Circus. I looked up a couple piano tutorials, and I followed I looked at the tutorial because I could not figure out all those chords and dissonance. But yes, I recreated it in GarageBand for funsies because I couldn't sleep. I wonder, I wonder if I find the link, I'll post the link for the tutorial I followed. As far as the tutorial was just for some of those piano chords, like if I was gonna play it on the piano. So obviously the GarageBand version is a bit more advanced because you aren't limited by the number of fingers you have. GarageBand. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But anyway, I make all my stuff in GarageBand because your girl's broke. Oh, tracking? That was weird. What's happening? My internet! Come back! Come back! Come back to me! I shouldn't have played that song. I got nuked. You know, my neighbor's doing yard work. I hope that for a second I thought they might have it's fine. Yeah, no, it wasn't just you. We might be doing it again. No? Okay, false alarm. That's a little stressful. Well, anyway, we're gonna pretend like that didn't happen. Let's do what the category says we're doing. Anyway, I wanted to share that because it was kind of fun to make. I used to do that sort of stuff all the time. I would like recreate things in GarageBand. I usually would just do like piano only, but I felt like that one was more fun to add other instruments into. I kind of want to do a version of it that's just the soft, pretty piano though. So, yeah, want to see something? Want to see something funny? No, no, no. That was scary. It was funny that I was like, why is my model not moving? Anyway. Oh, the audio is probably really quiet. Oh, now it's a little loud, isn't it? Anyway. We're doing this because why not? I don't remember the last time we played this game. I don't even remember. We're 82% done. That's fun. Anyway. So the fun thing about powerwash is that it kind of just lets you yap. It's part of why I like it. Is my music really quiet? And by quiet, I mean loud. No, okay. I haven't seen the first one in years. It's the only one I have, because a girl is broke. There's no music, right? No. Wow, I don't remember how this... Whoa. Okay. How do I, I don't remember... Oh. Hold on. Maram. Select extension. Oh. Okay. Wasn't there a wheel? Oh, yeah, there it is. Found it. Wow, okay, so we, I really just left myself a mess to clean up, didn't I? Might as well get to it. Can you hear me over the power washing? Is it too loud? It's a little loud. I think so. Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm not going to be saying probably too much unless we start yapping. Last time we played this game, I would just, like, yap nonstop. It was kind of fun. It was like a fidget toy while I was chatting. But... yeah, I used to always, like, in, like, high school and middle school even, I would, like... just recreate songs in GarageBand. I would also write my own. I was a, like, yeah, okay, lyrical songs, sure. But also, because I wrote all the time, I would create character themes. A lot of those are really old, though. Maybe I'll share a few. I know I have shared one or two of them while live. But it's like, if you weren't there for that one specific stream, then you missed it, and it is what it is. I keep pressing C to crouch because I'm so used to rebinding that. It's just gonna be me staring like this at the screen. So. This is kind of the brain disconnect that I needed today, you know? Who needs a brain? Who needs to think? Not I say. Not I. Were you a band kid in high school? Yeah. Yeah, I was a band kid. Oh, yeah. I was a band kid in high school, and now I work in theater. So. I'm batting 0, essentially. Is this the longest nozzle? Yeah. God, the rust is gonna take us forever. Because I don't have any soap. Can I buy soap? Skip the weird phase of theater kids. See, I was too busy being a band kid to be a theater kid. Did not have the resolve to practice like I was supposed to. That's honestly very fair. Confession, I was like in band leadership. Like I did like full like big orchestra stuff, and I wasn't like, because I didn't practice, I was never like, I think I was like maybe first chair a few times in the big orchestra. But in band, I just, no one else cared. So I got to sit in first chair all the time. But I couldn't, I like very rarely practiced unless it was like a song that I thought was really fun. I just got away with it. And it was so bad because I was in band leadership. So I would have to be like, make sure you practice. And it's like, I only ever practiced when I was in band class. For like marching band or whatever. It was very much a do as I say, not as I do. But then I also got braces, and I didn't want to practice. But yeah, no, it was fun. I miss playing an instrument every now and then. But I also grew up playing the piano. Which is why so many of my little covers... You'll had it way different. It was... So I did like an actual, like, extracurricular symphony orchestra. And like, that shit was intense. The highest level, I think, would like perform at like crazy venues. Like I think there was one time that the highest level orchestra, I never auditioned for that one because I was happy in my middle level. But I think the highest level once went to like, I can't remember, but someplace in New York. But there was a crazy, like, so I did that sort of stuff, and that was a lot of fun. But my, like, high school, like, we had to switch out band directors, like, every 2 or 3 years. It was not good. But... Come on, I remember now why I didn't finish this one. The rust is so annoying. I probably abandoned this and then went and started cleaning the Final Fantasy one again. Started an orchestra elementary school. Oh, okay. Teacher got too intense. Oh, the jazz. Yeah, I did a jazz band once. Yeah, quit, moved on to choir. Yeah, I did choir for a while. But I just hated, like, I don't know. I just did too many things. I quit choir because I was in basketball. And then I started doing band. So I couldn't do theater. And then I started doing, like, theater tech class. Or I tried to get back into choir. But then I had to stop because I was dual enrolled. That's another little thing about me. I was dual enrolled by my senior year of high school, I was also in college. I was taking college classes. And not like, I don't mean like AP, I mean like I had applied and was accepted into college. But I hyper-focused in school, but post-school I went all over the place. Yeah, I had the kind of family where my parents were like, we would rather you focus on school than get a part-time job. So like, cause I had the kind of family where if you got a B, you got like in massive trouble. And because college is expensive, I had to take like as many AP classes as I possibly could. Yeah, and then I also had to do, so my senior year I was dual enrolled. This is a very good song, actually. I don't want to turn it up. People say... Yeah. So my senior year, I remember one time falling asleep. I was staying up so late to work on a college project, because I went to an art school, not for art. I went for like what my degree is, like, you know, music sound stuff. But we had to take design classes and stuff. So while I would come home, I was also in a theater. Okay, so I did do theater my senior year. I was in like one play, I think. I was in a musical. So I would do band practice. I think marching band season had ended. So I think marching band had ended. So I was in all AP classes, but I didn't have a full schedule, I don't think, because I was a senior. It's showing my age that I can't remember. Oh, and then so I was in a production, so I would go to rehearsal, and I'd come home from rehearsal, I would do my AP homework, and then when I was finished with my AP homework, I would do my homework for my college classes I was in. And that was a lot of like project work. So I vividly remember it was like 3 a.m. and I had pulled like maybe 2 all-nighters that week. And I was working on it was like a painting for like some sort of, I don't even remember what the class was, but it was like a physical painting, and it was online. Like it was an online class. And all I remember is waking up the next morning with a face covered in paint. It's like I had like an easel propped up on my bed. The whole thing was like covered in paint. I'm covered in paint. There's like drool and face smudges on my canvas. I ended up like emailing my teacher like, can I get an extension for this one? I was like, oops. I may have fallen asleep on my piece and need to the sleep deprived kind? Yeah. It wasn't like any fun though. It was like a stupid, like, I think it might have been like a color theory class. So it was like a study. Yeah. I'm like, dang. When I look back on the grind that I had to participate in, I'm like, no wonder I think, what was the metaphor I used the other day with my mom? Oh, I was like, I have a candle. It's just there's no wax left. The wick is still there. It can still light, but I have long since burned out all of the wax on that candle. So I'm like, I can still put the pedal to the metal and grind, but the candle still lights, but there's no more wax left to burn. This is gonna take us probably the whole stream. Just gotta make more wax. Exactly. And we're working on it. It's just hard to make more wax when every time you do, you light the candle again and you're like, oh. Oh. But that's also kind of why I like that metaphor, because it's like, yeah, I mean, just make more wax. Wax is replaceable. It just takes a little while. And it's not very effective if you just immediately burn it all up again. I feel like... I can't see anything. We're gonna get real acquainted with this van. Wow, it's impressive. I literally was just saying how I was like, last time I played this game, I just yapped the whole time. But I don't really have much to say. And now I've been yapping nonstop. This is just such a good yapping game. Anio! Hey! How are you? This is gonna take forever. We're gonna date our van? Well, I mean, after all the work we put into it, might as well, right? I'm okay, and you? I am hanging in there. I am hanging in there, and that is all we can ask for. I need to hydrate. I didn't know this was date everything. It is now. We're experiencing sunk cost fallacy. I'm just gonna get really close and go real slow. Do you mind if I join? I don't even know how to... I feel like I'm kind of in a solo kind of mood. I appreciate the offer though. But I think I'm kind of vibing. That means we're spring. Oh, this is getting weird. I'll keep you in mind though, Nanio, if this is something I pick back up again. I sort of just needed something I could stop paying attention to for a bit. I needed something cathartic, but I will keep you in mind. Meow. I can't believe I left myself like 15% left. What's the math? That's 50. Yeah, 15%. Wow, I did quick math. Oh wow. I still can't get over the fact that I played that stupid song and then my internet crashed. It's kind of perfect timing. I don't like the meta commentary of it being that song too. Serenity to Brain Run Wild. Yeah. Yeah. I needed a fidget toy. I feel like this is also just the, like, it's one of those games where... Zenius!
I lost everything in blackjack.
Why did... Hey, man. 7 months. Well, you know what that means. Time to gamble it all back, right? I do not endorse this message. How you doing, King? Ooh, big stretch. I was gonna say though, this is one of those games where it's such a good game to throw on when you're like not really locked in, because it's like a good yapping game, but also like if you end up not saying anything, it's like, well, that's the point of the game. It's just the vibe. Oh. That's, like, kind of impressive, Xenios. That's, like, the kind of loss they talk about in the history books. Now, is this, like, real blackjack or game blackjack? Have you seen that game that's literally just, like, gambling with friends? I'm sorry if you found a working version of it. This is SV version. It's just on Spotify. Oh yeah, you're in that Gamble with Friends game. Okay, good. I was gonna say, I hope you're not. Ugh. realize this song was that hard to find. It's on their YouTube. Maybe the SV version is like an updated version. My ADHD ass can't focus on one part. Could have been re-uploaded. Yeah, I don't know. I finally kind of recently, like, I've always kind of been, like, tangentially into this kind of music, but I only recently actually started, like, making a playlist of it and seeking it out. Actually, unironically, ever since I did my duet, the open duet, that Ray Serena posted. I love Ray. Can I just unprompted, do I remember how to say your name? Is that how this works? Listen. I fucking love Ray. If you like my vibes, you love her vibes. Ponty! Hey! How are you, King? What you like? Listen, Ray, like, single-handedly reignited my desire to, like... Or, okay, that's not... Okay. It reignited my, like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it because I want to. Yeah, you're not the first one to say that. I didn't realize this was, like, hard to find. You're pretty picky? That's fair. But if you like my vibes... Ray's so great. She posted a, if anybody hasn't seen it, I wonder if I can find a link to it really quick. If you have a Twitter, you should look up Ray Serena. She does a lot of really incredible covers. Oh yeah, yeah, Echo's on here too. Skylar was saying that it, like, wasn't up for a while, that it might have gotten re-uploaded, but anyway, I really, after singing that, I did the open duet, and I had so much fun singing it that I was like, fuck it! You know, confession, I actually kinda... So I had to get a new computer for work, because my old computer... I've been using my old streaming computer for work stuff because I built it and it was expensive and your girl is broke. But it's, not compatible with, like, 90% of the software I need to use for work. So... Let's look in 2020. That's fair. That's fair. But, I was gonna say... I had to get a new computer that's, like, compatible with all my software. And also because I'm using, like, a temporary... It was, like, a preliminary build PC to do crazy work stuff. Anyway, long story short, my hope is that I'll also eventually be able to upgrade my music making software so that I won't just be... I mean, GarageBand is kind of epic if you know how to use it, but I've just been stuck using GarageBand for 13 years. So my hope, though, is that it would be really cool if I could start getting into more advanced stuff. And then I was like, you know what might be fun? It wouldn't be Vocaloid, because Vocaloid is expensive as fuck. But there's a universe in which I dabble. Just saying. Because making... I mean, like... Standard seems to be... yeah, FL Studio. Yeah. Yeah. Ableton is a massive... I had to use Ableton in school for a little bit. Ableton's crazy. It's also really expensive, though. So, at the very least, though, I would be using, like, a better... Like, I just use my laptop for music making right now, which is fine, and it gets the job done. But my laptop can't really run, like, plugins. I don't have many instruments, like that sort of thing. But there is a world in which I dabble and learn how to use certain vocal bank software. Because there's so many songs that I'm like, well, I can't sing that because I don't write with my voice in mind. I just sing my songs because that's not true for all of them. Had a full try back in the day. Oh yeah, yeah. From what I've learned, I think Vocaloid and then the other one that I can't remember how to say it, so I'm not gonna embarrass myself trying to say it. But the like more open source one, they're both kind of like separate softwares that you edit within, and then you sort of like, or like you can put MIDI into it, you do your thing, and then you export the vocals essentially, and then you can put them back into whatever you want. That's my understanding of it anyway. From like the 2 minutes of looking into it I did. But like I know, like for example, Vocaloid like is a program. Like you have to buy Vocaloid. And it's so expensive. So I would probably not be using that one. The most difficult thing that I've seen is making sure that your computer doesn't fuck it up because it's like, it doesn't have like a, it needs to be able to read Japanese, like, what is it called? Kanji? I can't remember. Or it like freaks the fuck out. Anyway, it's not something I'm like guaranteeing is ever gonna happen, but it might be fun because some songs I write like with my vocals in mind because they're for me. Yeah, Utau, Synth V. Yes, those are the two I was thinking of. Those were the two that I was thinking of. But you know, because I was like, sometimes I just want to write a song to write a song. I don't want to be limited by my own vocal abilities. I just want to write the song. Because if it's not a song that I specifically... Take a shot of water every time I say the word song. If it's not a song that I specifically wrote for, like, my voice... Like, if it's not something that I wrote because it was, like, an expression of something or whatever, you know. I could be the next Miku. Hello, Zemnis. Zemnas? Is that how you say it? I'm sorry. Hello, hello. But anyway, I was thinking about that because I'm like, I have so many songs that I'm like, I can't sing this. It would be a really cool thing to do, but I can't sing it. I'm like, well, god damn it. I hate this. I hate that this is taking me so long. I don't know what counts as a bumper. Oh, this whole thing probably. Yeah, you would say that, wouldn't you? Good Zemnis. Zemnas. Zemnas. Zem. Yeah, Zemnis and Zemnios. Is that your... Never mind. Zem. I'm gonna have a tongue twister. I'm having a small stroke. I apologize. Brain no work. There was a... I think it was last stream. There was a moment. I think I clipped it, but I kind of want to make it a sound bite that y'all can use. Because I go, my brain, very small. I kind of love it. It's a name from Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh, yeah, Kingdom Hearts. I've never played it, don't know anything about it, but I respect it. Lizard, 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 lizard. But I kind of want to make it a soundbite, another one of like the sound redeems, because it's, yeah. My brain, very small. I kind of like the way I said it too. I don't remember saying it, but... Hello? Can I... I can't... Okay. Whatever. This isn't the bumper? Dude, I'm gonna freaking lose it. Oh, that's why. Can I, like, open the back of this? No, there's a ladder. I really jumped back into this on one that I, like, basically was like, screw it, and stopped playing last time. I'm somewhat of a niche gamer. The bumper is finally clean, god damn it. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm having a... Hello? Free me, thank you. How much better is the second game compared to the first one? Because, like... This one's kind of good enough. I'm so cool, but for some reason my mum calls me a loser. I wonder why. It's okay, she's just... she doesn't know. She doesn't understand your prowess. She cannot process the magnitude of my superiority. Sorry, the, Power Wash 1 or Power Wash 2. Make it way easier to spy areas you haven't hit yet. Never played either? That is fair enough. Valid. Hello. Woo!
Blue Ucloof just rated with 8 viewers.
Hello, my love. How was the apexing? Were you the apex predator? Or were you the apex legend? Hello, hello, hello. We are, being delirious and yapping. Sure. Cool. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome. We are just vibing. We're vibing because my brain no worky today. Brain no worky. Brain no worky, so we wash everything away. We give it all a good scrub. Very different vibes from Apex. I love you, Blue. I love you. Thank you for the raid. You go do what you need to do. Big pogs. Were you the Apex Predator or were you the Apex Legend? Try to book at this point. It's true, I am. I am the next Socrates. It's true. That's why they call me Sarah Fiction. No one calls me that. No one knows that but me and a few select people. But for the sake of the joke, let's pretend that's a well-known fact about me. Yeah, this song is good. I love this album. This is vocal rock. Vocaloid? Well, okay, Vocaloid adjacent and rock. What a nice, beautiful, beautiful mix. I really used up all of my soap. And now I'm just left to deal with the consequences. It's all so baked on there. It's fine. I don't exactly clean these things in a very satisfying way. But that's for me to suffer with. Actually, I guess it's for you to suffer with, because if it doesn't bother me, then I'm not suffering. But if it bothers you guys... Sorry! Sorry, the music just goes hard. Why is the water not round? I need the water to just sort of defy physics for me and just... You know what I'm saying? See if I can, like... Can I, like, cheese it? Oh. No. No, I cannot. No Cheez-It crackers. Oh, actually worked pretty well. I'm stuck on the ladder. Let me off. Thank you. Nope, nope. Pressing all the wrong buttons. Nope. Incorrect. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Jam break. I'm stuck. This isn't Vocaloid. It's just good. Oop, falling. Can you imagine someone having to, like, balance on it like this in real life? We're getting into that phase of it where I just want to stare at the screen. No thoughts, head empty. What even are OSHA violations? Exactly. I can't... I don't know how to put it down. You kind of just have to commit once you've picked it up, I see. It's only an OSHA violation if OSHA catches you. That's a joke. Please be safe in the workplace. And just in general. But there's more paperwork if you're in the workplace. I want you guys to know that I have a fidget toy right next to me, and I'm playing with it on my pinky while using the keyboard. It's kind of where we're at today. Multitasking. If I don't, my brain will explode. Ooh, that was very lenient. I couldn't think of the word. Oh yeah. 95%. Oh, yeah, okay. Wonder what still needs to be cleaned. Sorry. Some of the songs on this playlist I know very well. Other songs I'm only hearing for like the fourth or fifth time. The VOD's gonna be significantly less hype. The vibes are gonna be so different. The VOD's gonna be like, you could fall asleep to this except for my incessant yapping. Come on. The rust. Tummy hurt. It's a good thing I have a ginger ale. The intense focus. I feel like this entire thing is gonna be my model going. This game really is so good for just not thinking. Very cathartic. It's also pretty forgiving for the fact that I'm like nauseous right now. So it's nice. A little bit annoying that because it's all rusted I have to get so close in particular, but I imagine that most of this will get, this is also, yeah, this whole thing is left body, then this will kind of all fall away. Sorry, the song's called Fall Away. Story is really good. They actually might be the most, they might have the most songs on this playlist. Them and Flavorfully, I think, are on here a lot. I can't remember some of the others. But I think Circus P is on here a lot. One of the better Vocaloid artists. Definitely one of the ones I know the most. As someone who, like, wasn't, like, I kind of just listened to music that crossed my page, so to speak. I never really, like, sought out up until, like, the last 2 weeks, I think. I started seeking out this kind of music. because I wanted to get more involved in that sort of culture and world. Supercell is ridiculous with it too. I don't know that I know Supercell. I might have to, or at least not like, I don't know them by like name. An ad break is on its way. Fun thing though with that is I'm pretty sure we're gonna get to test my new little thing for the first time. So we've got about, you know, however long it takes for the ads to actually start, but we are gonna take the ad break. But I think if it all works, there should be a fishing widget in our ad break screen. So I'm gonna take the ad break to like get up, do a little bit of stretching, drink some water, that sort of stuff, because I need to be better about that. But we won't miss anything, and you'll just get to chill on the ad break with the music, hopefully, and this widget. So we'll see if it works. Fingers crossed. We're gonna wait for the ads to actually kick in. But I think it's got some cooldown stuff, but it should be fun. So let's see. Let's see. Are we ready? Are the ads gonna start? Old Gummy? Are the ads gonna start or not? Yay! Okay, let's see if this works. Theoretically, this should work. I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back. I like hurt my hip or something the other day. It's bad. You only had one ad in a 3-minute ad break. That's kind of awesome. I don't know if this works. Shall we see if it works? Oh yeah! It kind of takes a while, but it's fine. Whoa! Look at me go. Epic and cool. Let's see if it works. Hey, Scorp! I'm hoping that... Why does it take so long? Oh, okay, but it does keep the queue, so that's kind of cool. Interesting. I wonder if there's a way to make it go faster. Haha! Sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at you. Anyway. Cool. Okay, so that works. But it's fine. Just my luck. But hello, Scorp. How are you? How are you? Welcome back, everyone from ads. We'll get back into it. Oh, I'm in pain. If it's RNG paste, I lose. Oh, yeah. It is what it is. I'm in pain. I think maybe I like was sitting weird yesterday for too long. My hip hurts. So I need to be good about taking these breaks and stretching. Made food and got back from Taekwondo. Hell yeah. Ooh, my head hurts. Now my hand hurt. Dude, I'm just in pain all the time. Yellow belt exam. So fun fact, I think it might have been my yellow belt. It was my first like exam to get the next belt. So probably, I don't know. But I was so nervous and I was sitting there on the like waiting for so long that my legs fell asleep. But I was too nervous to realize that's what was happening. So I got up to go do my, like they called me forward. And I got up, took a step, and completely collapsed onto the floor. But I didn't understand why. I was too shell-shocked and scared. So I kind of just got up and tried again and fell again. And so the, I guess, what was it, your Taekwondo master? I can't remember what they called him. But he ran over and, like, did the thing where, like, he had to, like, squeeze my legs to wake them up. And he was like, all right, no, you got it. It's okay, you got it. And I was like, ah. And I did it, and it was fine, and I passed, but I remember just being, like, so shell-shocked and scared that I didn't even register what was happening. But it was cute. He, like, ran over to help. I was like, oh. Anyway. Let's see if we can finish this thing. Sooner rather than later. We are 98% done. Like, come on, man. Ours was very intense. Yeah, I mean, also mine was, like, for a bunch of, like, elementary school kids. So. I remember, it might have been that same one, or maybe it was a different one, but I remember being called on as a volunteer to be one of the ones that the black belts had to jump over to break the board, and I was like, whoa, okay. Oh, God. Yeah, no, ours was pretty low-key. We were all really little. I remember having to do the, like, H formation thing. We didn't even learn any matches or anything until green, I think. We weren't allowed to do any sort of... Oh my God! Jesus Christ. That's intense. I hope he's okay. Other than, you know, the fractured ribs. Yeah, we weren't allowed to spar until green, and then you weren't allowed to, like, actually make contact, I don't think, until maybe even, like, close to black belt. We just had to do our, like, formations. I liked doing those. That was like a dance. Master thinks me and my little brother are some kind of combat geniuses. Oh. I see. Well... just be safe. Vents. Oh, like the vents up on top? Olympic martial arts are very interesting. Honestly, I think one of the most impressive things about martial arts is when they do the fighting without actually hurting. That's crazy. That's self-control. Which is why you're not allowed to do contact until you're a higher level. Yippee! Wow, that's me from a past life. And then I got ADHD. Look at me He's up there on the roof. Oh. Well. He took a judo guy throwing him on reflex. Very chill. Ah. Well. Helicopter, helicopter. I don't even know where to start. I guess. Oh, I forgot about this one. Oh wait, can I buy stuff? Oh yeah. I think I instantly apologized. Oh my god. That's crazy. So y'all are like going against people who aren't even in your like your same art. Sorry. I apologize for my behavior. I can't remember the notes. That's okay. I'm just making them up. I make the rules. What behavior? Me hiccuping. Hiccup burp. I have ridiculous hiccups. They're so aggressive. Self-defense part of exam is divided to be against other Taekwondo people. Oh. You have such a strange... I mean, not like in a bad way, but it's just fascinating how different your experience has been. I mean, if you're having fun, I mean, it makes sense. I see your and raise you a boob. You know what? That's very fair. I'll take a boob. I like a good boob. I guess we're just gonna do all the landing gear first. This isn't nearly as bad as cleaning that one thing from the Scorpion Sentinel. That thing's intense to clean. Granted, I've not only just started. I shouldn't, you know, count my chickens or whatever. Count my eggs before they chicken. Oops. I remember the first few times I did this, I didn't realize you could just press the right button to hold it, knew it to just keep going. God, the cramps. Always count your eggs before they chicken. Words to live by. That's what I'm saying. The competition art makes sense. It goes against other similar arts too. Also means that sensei, sifu, makes people. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say it's almost like it's treated more of like an actual, like it takes more into like the martial and the fighting side of it, like the actual defense. Whereas when I did it, it was like more about like the art of it. Not that what you're doing isn't art. You know, but you get what I'm trying to say? Where it was like it was more of like a dance and like more focused on like your ability to control your own body. We didn't really ever do competitions. God, this song is good. This school is very strong when it comes to competition results and overall combat efficiency. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, we had competitions, but I never did any of them. I have my opinions on Taekwondo, but I respect that Sensei is doing more with it than is normal. That's fair. Mine was more of like a fitness and like control over my own body. Like, it was fun. I really liked it. I liked it when it was like just focused. It was almost like martial yoga when I did it, and I kind of liked that. Because I'm like, and like the self-defense of it for me was like just that overall strength and confidence in my body and like knowing what my limits were and what I could do. And like we did a lot of like, we would have to like stand in a certain form and then like resist getting like pushed over and stuff like that. I tried this only because my physiotherapist recommended it to my back issues and doing the actual combat part. That's very fair. I used to want to do that sort of thing. But looking back, it's probably good that I didn't, because I was a very angry child. I probably would have hit someone and regretted it. I had issues. And if everyone dares say had, you're not wrong, but I will be mad at you. I'm addicted. This song again? Denios. How did this song come back on? It's only been an hour. How long is this playlist? This song is 4.5 hours long. And we just... whatever. It's a good song. Ooh, I just looked at what's next. I'm excited. I love the song that's next. Man. I kind of... not this song. This is an option. I was thinking of covering this one, but... the song that's coming up next, I really wanted to cover, but then I was like thinking about it and I was like, I don't know. I like its message too much. I feel like me covering it as like a woman would kind of get rid of it. Whoa, I have to scroll. Master just keeps pulling me and my little brother to every single session their match is being held. I mean, if you're having fun. Seen 2 types of Taekwondo. 3. One is pure showmanship, almost like gymnastics. Second, it's more of a mixed, not true Taekwondo. He's been less intense, had no clear direction. Fair. Third is the that is intense on competitions, and they train the people so hard that when I saw people walk into a room. Oh, yeah. No, yeah. This is a really good song. I really like it. I was thinking about trying to cover it, but my issue with covering these songs is I am not a soprano. And I'm not an alto. I'm a mezzo-soprano. So I'm just, like, unable to do any of it. I'm addicted to love. It's so high. But the song that's coming up next is Ego Renegade Boy. And I love it so much. But I like its message as, like, a trans mask thing too much to feel comfortable covering it. These are words. Good job. Yes, they are. I mean, a part of me is like, I could cover the song and just like, because it's like, I don't always feel that. I don't always think of soprano. Yeah, mezzo-soprano is essentially like, I'm not as... it's a tonality thing, but it's also like I can't go as high as a soprano. It's not a true tenor. Sat more on soprano with some alto tendencies. Yeah, I started singing as a utility to just let myself make music. So, I don't know. I mean, if you're in the Discord, you heard my attempt to sing part of Better Off Worse, and it's fun, but it's not good. tested us in my choir class. Yeah, I think I've told the story about how I was put in soprano. I was put in second soprano, which is kind of mezzo soprano, but I was a kid, and so I could hit a bunch of higher notes. This song is so good. Trans rights are human rights. That's all I'm gonna say. The scene on me. Who's it gonna be? I turned it up too loud. Hold on. Remember that test distinctly because the other teacher walked in and said he swore the windows just cracked. I have one of those things. There's a difference to me between hitting a note and singing a note the way I want. Because there's a bunch of ways to hit a note. There are always ways to fake it, or you can hit a note. But what matters to me is that it sounded the way that I wanted it to. And like that control and the style with which I hit it is what matters to me. I mean, like, I could switch and try to, like, operatic falsetto my way to victory, but if I sang the rest of it in a mixed voice, it's gonna sound a little weird. Watch your daughter die. Don't waste the time. Sorry, I like this song. A regular amount. I don't know about you, I had found out I'd never actually know many notes I was singing. Never taught me notes was singing. Once I no longer could sing because of health problems, I learned music theory. What each note was, so I could have improved. Yeah, I started as a musician. I mean, like, I sang in choir in school and everything. But my family, we had, like, a rule where you had to at least do, like, a year or so of piano. Like, you had to learn the fundamentals of music reading, and I hated music theory, which is ironic, because now I need to learn it. I really should go back and learn music theory, but... You moved with this, Jake. It's okay. I think I can parse what you mean. Hello, CJ. Oh. Okay. It's, one thing for me is learning which notes I'm singing was helpful because I very often would write a song without singing it. I would write a song just in, like, GarageBand, and then I would go to sing it and realize, oh... So learning my range was helpful. How are you? I am doing okay. I am all right. Like, I think when I'm looking at the GarageBand thing, I can't remember which one's middle C. I think middle C might be C2 or C3. I think C3. But I think my song Metanoia gets up to a D4 or maybe? I learned piano and violin young. I was taking vocal lessons very young. That's very... I really want vocal lessons. I had to learn... Okay, so, like, I had to learn music theory in piano lessons and then in band. And so I'm like, I know music theory, like, at the base level, but not the, like, composer kind. And I'm like, realistically, I should, because... most of music theory I just do by ear. But it would be really helpful to just know, like, kind of what, you know, like, have a better idea of where I'm... Oh, I wasted that. Where I'm heading with it. As opposed to just figuring it out by ear. And also, it's been so long since I bothered with any music theory. Like, I used to be able to tell you which key things were in based on the key signature. I can't anymore. Music theory, music appreciation classes were a joke. Yeah, no, mine were just, like, extracurricular stuff that I had to do at a camp or two. May or may not, as a pattern, probably picked it up. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, and I learned how to read music and how to read keys and sight read and blah, 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 blah. But it got, you had to sort of get pretty decent with it if you were going to play with an orchestra as a band kid. Because those are sharps galore. Oops, wrong button. But like, for example, when I was working on that thing last night, just for fun, it's like, if I had a better understanding of music theory, it would have been a lot easier. I wouldn't have had to rely so much on, like, re-listening to it and re-watching things and... You know, like, I had to listen a bunch and look up kind of what other people were doing in piano covers and such. And I kind of, like, was like, okay, this sounds right. This sounds good. And then if things I couldn't parse just by listening to it, I had to look up a tutorial. Or, like, a piano tutorial. Whereas if I had a better understanding of music theory, I could be like, okay, this sounds dissonant, so it's probably this kind of chord. You know, as opposed to just, like, throwing shit at the wall until something sounds good. I'd forgotten to read sheet music after my fight with teacher and orchestra. My whole thing is, once I stopped taking piano lessons and I just played in band, I forgot how to read the bass clef. It ruins so much music for you. No, I mean, yeah. It's, my whole thing with the music theory is just wanting to be able to craft it better. And not just be like, I'm gonna make this note, because when I'm building it in GarageBand, for example, I don't use a MIDI controller. Every single thing on there is like, I right-click, create MIDI region, I create MIDI note, and then copy and paste it. Like, I literally build it out with each little MIDI thing. So I'm building these chords by spawning in a MIDI little square and having to put it somewhere on that keyboard. And so it's a little more difficult for me and like, I can do it and it's fine. I sort of just build it till it sounds right. But it takes so much longer than if I knew kind of like, okay, this kind of chord is this and this kind of chord is that. And kind of like having an idea of where to start so that I could then break the rules and do whatever sounds nice. That's like my whole thing. I mean, like, at the very least, I'm like, I need to go back and relearn all my chords on the piano. I used to know all my chords, now it's all just what sounds right. Because, for example, I remember taking piano lessons. My sister and I had the same piano teacher. And my piano teacher realized that she had to start she couldn't teach us off the same book. Because I wasn't actually reading the music. I just was playing it by ear and sort of following the rhythm that I saw, but I wasn't really reading it because I knew what it's supposed to sound like. I would ask her, hey, could you play it for me first so I'll know if I get it right, if I hadn't heard it before? Otherwise, I'd be like, okay, I've heard my sister play this. So I never was reading it, really. I just was like, okay, this is kind of the note, but the rhythm, I was just doing it based off my, like, sonic memory. People make better music who don't know it. I think my whole thing is, yeah, just like the chords, the keys. It's more of like because I have been making music for like 12 or 13 years now. Like, not like, okay, that sounds like I'm a professional, but like I've been making music since I had access to a piano. You know, like I would just write things and they weren't good, but even just being like, okay, this key means this notes. Like, what am I working with? It just makes it so much easier to put together, especially when it's like building it out piece by piece with MIDI. Well, it technically is. It's like if I were to say, oh, this is an A minor 7th, that's music theory. Like, it is. At the very least, it was on my tests. I'd be given a chord in a staff, and I would have to say its like official name. And that was part of my music theory tests. Music theory is essentially like what you use to write music. At least it wasn't all my tests. And then you get into like obviously there's depths to it, right? But yeah, the theory of it all is what makes it up. Whoop. This is gonna take me forever. Oh, that's just like an interesting... What? I'm floating. Not something most do now. I still feel like it's different, at least everything I learned from music theory. I think it's just that music theory is so broad. It's like art theory. But there's different ways it's taught and learned. Yeah, like from the basics of basics for when you start out. Like I remember piano books where it would give me half a chord and I had to fill in the notes to finish that chord based on what it was called. But I think I just hallucinated. That's so funny. Wow, I really am dumb. Don't worry about it. I was crouched for so long that when I jumped, I thought I got stuck, but no, I just was standing. Chords is not a thing. It was scale. Well, scales and notes, and the chords are all of that. So you learn your scales and you learn the notes and all that. The chords are just that next level of it. Because the chords are like the scale plus like a modifier. This is another one that I was like, oh, if it was just a little lower. I just need to start like rearranging all these. Transposing. Can you feel that flag? You think I should just sing it like that? That'd be good. I just be here. That's so valid. There's just notes, there are no chords. Piano does do chords. What it... Pianos do chords. Pianos are string instruments. Yeah, I took quite a few years of piano. The piano, I mean... Yeah, I mean, like, what you learned obviously just depends on what you were taught, but no, piano's like 90% chords. Like, for example, so my thing that I did again. All of these notes, all of these chords that it played, I don't know that I could have, like, it took me forever to figure them out because I didn't have a concept of, like I was too handicapped by, like, well, let me just look at what other people did because I didn't have confidence in my own ability to hear it and be like, okay, it's in this key, it's probably this, you know? Because, like, all of these are, like, that's a chord. They didn't call them chords? They called them the sheet music stuff. Sorry, I'm not making fun of you. It's just interesting. I'm not trying to, I hope you don't think I'm trying to be mean or anything. I feel like it's coming across that way. That's not my intention. It's just interesting. Anytime it's like 3 notes or more, it's a chord. I remember note names on sheet music. Ah. Well, it's just the alphabet. Only up until G. So. You got it. Sarah just wants to bully us today.
Disgusting.
I have 2 things on this, and they're both Amazing Digital Circus. I think something's wrong with me. Something's wrong with me. But, so here, hold on. I have no way to scrub through it, so if we get to the part where it changes keys, and then it's just a bunch of, like, weird dissonant notes at the big orchestral part, that's what I had. I didn't say disgusting. I didn't say it. But if we get to the big part, that's the part that I had the most trouble with because I didn't have a concept. I just kind of had to put notes down until I was like, I think that sounds right. Because I didn't know where to start. I wish I could scrub through it. It is the one I have on my stream deck, yeah.
Disgusting.
You can hear, I sort of like lost. All of those chords, I like was struggling so bad with. You can barely hear them, but it's fine. These. Those. That was what was. I was like, what am I doing? Because if you don't know, you don't know. So, like, I did it, and it's because this is just the only example I have, but it's like I could do it based on what sounded right, but it took me so much longer. They're very focused on me getting the exact names of every type of thing on sheet music right. I'm playing the notes, they just never call them chords. Interesting. Even later, when I learned chords on guitar, people seem confused. I mentioned asking how to do the chords on the piano. I think what it is what I think. Okay, I think I figured out where we're getting confused. When I refer to chords, I just mean anything that's 3 notes or more. Right? Like I forget the names for them. What the fuck is up with this song? This is the 3rd time it's played. Spotify, what the fuck are you doing? But sorry, what I was gonna say though is that where people get confused is that people look at the chords, like, as far as, like, I am looking at that chord name on a piece of music and it's not showing me the notes. That's the difference. It's just on normal shuffle. It's just... It's addicted. It's addicted to this song. This happens sometimes. What is happening? Alright, I like the song, but we're skipping it. Because we've heard it twice already today. It's just on normal shuffle. That's so weird. Anyway, but I think that's where we're getting confused, is that people are like, oh, well, the chords, they just put the chord name and you just play the chord. I think it's the same thing. People just get confused based on which one they learned. Like, essentially, because what it is you don't get given chord names in piano. That's true. You're just given notes and you're playing the chords. In a guitar music, you just are given the name of the chord and you play it. That's the difference. So you're still playing the chords, it's just on the piano you're given the notes that make up the chord. So the way that learning the chord names matters is so that you can see it, recognize it, know what key it's in. Like, it's that sort of the theory of it all and being able to take one and translate it to the other and all that sort of stuff. I get it now. When you were like, pianos don't have chords, I was like, what? But I get it now. I think that's what we're saying, right? Is that you're talking about when you're looking at a piece of music, like a sheet music, and it says the name of the chord, that's not a thing in piano, no. But it puts the notes down on the staff, and you play that chord, and it has the same name. It does. I think it's just depending on which instrument people started with, that's where the confusion comes in. If they started with the piano, then they're not going to necessarily... And if they didn't take that kind of music theory. The music theory that I took started off just piano, but then it had to be able to translate to every instrument, so you had to learn the same way that, like, art theory and design theory, it's like the whole point of it is being able to take it and apply it to everybody else. So those universal terms for it are like the chords and the names of those chords, and then you can play those. Like, you can take 5 brass players and have them play a G minor, whatever. And then it's like, depending on all the different modifiers in it, you know. Anyway. Have we heard this song already today, too? Whatever. Can he be arsed? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's basically what it is. But calling it a chord is universal. It's universal, but not everybody needs to know it. That's the difference, is they don't always train people on that, because if you're not writing music, if you're not writing music or using an instrument that relies on those names, it doesn't matter. I like the episode where she talked about chords for 3 hours. Hey, but Twitch didn't nuke me for playing that song again, so that's good. I couldn't clip this if I wanted to because it's not in the VOD. What is happening? It wasn't even in the queue. What? It's not in the queue. I'm looking through the queue of the entire playlist. It's not in the queue. It's just throwing the song in there whenever it feels like it. I think Spotify's addicted. This has happened before. Why is it? This has happened before. Where like every other song it plays a difference. It plays trying to recreate it. I mean, it's a great song. I wonder if it's because I picked this song. Like, I clicked into the playlist and played this song to start the playlist. Did I say that? Yes, okay. I'm gonna watch the queue. The next song on the queue is Pull the Trigger. I'm looking at the queue, and it goes Pull the Trigger, Last of Me, Electric Weekend Zone. If that song comes up, because I literally was looking at the queue before that last song, and it wasn't on there. I'm going insane. Oh my god. I swear to god. Pull the trigger, Last of Me, and then Electric Weekend. No one else has access to it. And this has happened before. I'm like watching it. Well, now the queue's broken. Now I can't even see it. Great. Now I can't even see it. Great. It doesn't have a queue anymore. Is that what's happening? Maybe that's what's happening, is every time it... Maybe it's like glitching and it loses its queue, so it just restarts what I did. I feel... I'm in danger. I feel like the AI overlords have decided it's my time. I swear to God, if that song comes on after this, I'm gonna McFucking lose it. Why is the queue broken? Why is the queue broken? I'm in danger. I pull up the queue and it's empty. I literally, I minimized it to go back to the game, and then I checked back. I was literally reading the... I bet you money that song's gonna play. I'm gonna watch it. We're gonna sit here and watch it. I mean, you're not gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. But you're gonna sit here watching me watch it. Because the queue has disappeared. So I bet you money it's gonna pull up that song because that's the one we started with. Yeah, that's what's happening. Oh. So here's what's happening. The queue is glitching out. It loses track of itself. Yeah, apparently we're addicted. I need to clear Spotify cache? Apparently. Because now I'm looking at it again, and now the queue's back up, and it's everything that was... It was in the exact same list. Like, the queue's perfectly fine again. But it pulls up that song because that's the one that I picked at the beginning of stream. That's so interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, it loses track of, like, it loses contact with the queue. Weird. It, like, only knows what's happening if it plays this song first. Wonder if it's because of your internet? Maybe, but I'm not dropped any more frames. Also, well, I guess it wouldn't matter since I'm on my computer. I am? I haven't... Oh. Mine hasn't said I've dropped anymore. It's kept me pretty consistent in 4,000. What? It's not reading it. That's so weird. What? Just for a split second? That's fair. I feel like usually it tells me, though. Especially on OBS. What? That's crazy. What is wrong? We pay for, like, the good shit, too. Angry. I'm gonna watch it. I'm sitting here waiting for it because I'm curious if it's gonna lose it once it switches songs again. It's not, but... I think I'm addicted. At least I don't think it is. No, it's not. Well, I don't think it is. Of your love. All right, get your shit together. Thank you for the hydrate. No, it's neither of those. Neither of those. It just happens sometimes. Ugh. One time, whatever. We're just gonna live with this song playing every 2 minutes. There was one time where, there was a like the box where they like plug us in. There was another house, like it wasn't labeled properly, so there was another house that they kept calling the guy out to come check it out, and he would just unplug ours and plug theirs in, and then we would call a guy to come check it out, and he would just unplug ours and like unplug theirs and not plug ours in, and there was like that back and forth like 3 times before we finally had someone who was like, so they labeled it wrong, but that one's definitely yours. I have now labeled it, and I've called. It's like, Jesus Christ, guys. I'm so sad that I've been dropping this whole time. I didn't realize that. It doesn't tell me I am. It's weird. I wonder if it's just then... Well, no, because he would tell me that too. Weird. I wonder if it's like my connection. Well, no, because that... I was gonna say my connection to Twitch, but I'm pretty sure that's what OBS is showing me. Angry! Is it because I played the Amazing Digital Circus song again? God damn it. I'll stop. I'm sorry. It just was relevant to the discussion. Well, there I go. I didn't realize I was connected to the ladder. Meow. I can't even clip it. There's no way for it. This is just... You had to be there for this one. Okay. Stop it. Just get some help. We're closing Spotify. Oh my god. That song's gonna be like a trigger for me now. Oh my god. Can I, like... Oh my god. Go home, Spotify. You're drunk. Basically. What the fuck? Let's get it to Switch Vibes. Now, imagine, if you will... I don't think it's going to, but could you imagine? We've now switched playlists. What if it pulled that song on again? It's not going to. I know why it was picking that song, but... Meow. We're gonna... Just switch gears for a little bit. Now, if it starts playing Animal I've Become on loop every other song, then we've got an issue, and we're just gonna sit in awkward silence for the rest of stream, okay? Everything this animal I have become. Yet again, these are not chill power wash vibes. I can't remember how to do anything. Oh, ads are going to be starting soon. We're going to go to our ad break screen again when ads start. I probably will still hang out though. So if you're not subbed, don't worry about it. You won't miss anything. We're just going to be slow motion fishing because that thing takes for freaking ever. But we're just going to be chilling. Although my fucking hip hurts. So for those of us that will be waiting through the break, you can fish with me, or you can go do whatever you need to do. But I'm just trying to get better about actually taking the ad breaks, because they're annoying. So, since we're not playing something super time sensitive game wise, they'll just be hanging out. So, chilling and addicted. I swear to God, if it plays that song, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna crash the fuck out. So once the ads start, we're switching over. Go on. Any minute now. Do it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Am I here? I am here. You can hear me. Just drop frames again. Oh God. Well, that one was probably because all my widgets were loading. Fish. Because they all turn off, I'm pretty sure. I have them set to turn off. An average crappie. Can I hit go fish? No. Okay, that doesn't work. Before I did the command? No, well, the widget loads when I switch scenes. So if I switched the scene, everything had to load. Fish. Do it again. Oh yeah, I caught a plastic bag. I know that's right. It sure does take a while. Kings and I guess the idea is that you're supposed to just have this up all the time. People kind of do it while you're streaming. But I wanted to do it while not streaming. Or I guess well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Maybe it's just for me to entertain myself. Alright. Whoa! Big ass jellyfish. Look at me go. Seen you before. I'm on the roof of a thief I let into my head. I know I hold the key, so don't be scared when I turn and shout. I don't think I need you anymore. I like this song, by the way. Another one. Give it to me. I want it. What a massive tadpole. That's... Doctor, you're huge. Sorry. We can just learn to believe. I forgot I did hear you sing before. Oh, that's sweet. I don't have a... I really need to learn how to sing rock, because that's the only songs that are in my range. Ooh, wow! We're back. Ta-da! Welcome back. Anyway. Hey, good news. No affection addiction. Granted, my throat is not with it today. Probably because I only got like 4.5, 5 hours of sleep. But that's more than I got the night before, so like, you know what I'm saying? yet. No, it's not. No, we closed it. It's not even in the queue. It can't be. If anything, it's gonna play Animalize Become again. I don't think I need you anymore. Yeah. I don't need it. Oh, girl. You change and queens. My throat kind of hurts today. Sorry, I just remembered I have work tonight. Don't need it. No change. And please. For a snorkel connector, it doesn't really have anywhere to connect the snorkel. Yay! Now, I do love this music, but I was kind of vibing with the... Sorry to switch it up on you. Now, I will say, I've just restarted this playlist, which means Affection Addiction is in here somewhere. Like a threat. Oh, there it is. That's an oldie. There's a lot of Circus P. I need my little thing so I can see what's happening. So, you know, we're just lurking in the darkness. Affection Addiction is in here. But I actually don't even know. We might not get to it. Well, maybe. It was pretty far down in the list. My ADHD is kicking in. I'm not cleaning this in a way that makes sense. Used to DJ and use this one a lot. Oh, I always... That's kind of funny. This is a good DJ song.
Me? Gungaga.
Me? Gungaga. You let my hair down. Now we're really chilling. This is my goodbye. Me? Gungaga. That's kind of quiet. Whatever. If y'all could hear it, that's all that matters. Me? Gungaga. Oh yeah. We cleaned. Never mind. Some things should remain thoughts and not be said. This is actually a reference to my old design. Back when I had black hair and was at P&G. No, it's okay. We just cleaned the door. We don't need to address the other words in the sentence. But yeah, this hairstyle is a reference to my old design. Ah! in the ye olden days of the PNG and the black and white design. Back when the only purple was my eyes. Yo. Legendary pull. Whoa, excuse me. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? Probably because I had a Celsius and a ginger ale. Ah, my eyes itchy. You know, Ray, who I was talking about earlier, has a hiccup counter. I would do it, but I don't want to know. I'd rather live in ignorance. See nothing, nothing but myself, and I'm the one with the lighter. Carry it to me, start on into my heart. Again, again. Never let myself get attached. This one is technically in my wheelhouse. I can't remember though. It switches keys at the end, doesn't it? Does it do a key climb at the end? Guess we'll find out together. But this was a song that I was like, oh, this is in my range. I could technically sing it. Or at the very least, I could do a cover of a cover of a cover. Who's that one guy that does all those English covers? And it's like in a different key because it's a guy. Just not enough for my sneezes. Oh my god, you got a dad sneeze? Or no, you got a smoothie scream. That's kind of intense, actually. I feel that though. I used to kind of do that, but I managed to curtail it. Ding ding ding. Drowned. Gotten clipped every time. I just can't stop laughing. That's so funny. Nothing but myself. To me is charred. Chef! Thank you. I need that after screaming. I think I scared my cat with that one. Oh, it does do a climb. How high does it climb? Again, again. Or is this the only one it climbs? Oh, I guess it doesn't climb that high. Glass shatters. Ripsies. You scare me with everything you say. Well... I don't have a witty response. I was gonna be silly and witty, but I have nothing. And I'm not okay with that. Never let myself get attached. I ain't got the voice for this today. I can feel every word I say scratch against my throat. And that's on that no sleep shit. Oh yeah. Okay, burned out today. It's true. It's true. I didn't have anything witty to say. This song makes me feel insane. Oh. Whoa. Ladder jump scare. It's not affection addiction yet. No, it's not. I think we're free from it for now. It's a pretty decent long way away, but I'm too scared to adjust the cue because I don't want it to break again. Could you imagine though if I had started with this song and every single time it looped just a I was like, ah! I would have lost my ever-loving mind. There we go. I need to stop that. It's making my head hurt. Ugh. There we go. It reminds me of the that one clip of, I think it's from JoJo with the cherry. Anyway. My tum-tum hurts. Just in case anyone was curious, that's still a thing. Marco Polo. Marco. Oh wait, I'm early. Dub leaves you alone quickly. Me too. But it's what I get. It's because I wasn't taking my meds as frequently. So now I'm trying to get back on them, and so I have to like rebuild my tolerance and I'm laying in the bed that I made, but I made it very poorly. The sheets are all twisted up and I don't know where the comforter is. It's okay. We have ginger ale. And that's all I got. Medicine worth the side effects? Yeah. Yeah. I thought it wasn't, and then I stopped taking it, and I'm like, oh. Oh, right. Right. I was having one of those things where I was like, oh my god, like, I can't handle anything anymore. Everything is so much more difficult to deal with. Like, I'm back to... I thought I had more under control, blah, 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 blah. Oh, right. Dummy. You silly. Thankfully, it only makes my... This one is just because I haven't... It's out of my system. It's one of those ones that builds up in your system over a long period of time. So it's only upsetting me because I was off of it for like 2 months. So it'll just be like a week maybe of getting it back into my system, and then I'll be fine. The ADHD meds, it's a similar thing where the symptoms will stop being so rough. Wire. But it will, I mean, it'll always be like a little bit dizzying, but only, like, it'll get better, and I'll get better at handling it. 2 months, listen. In my defense, I was trying to see if I could go without it, because in January I will not have insurance anymore and will not be able to afford it. So I was trying to see if I could handle things without it. The answer was no. So. But that's why. In a similar insurance boat, yeah. Gotta love that contractor life, at least in my case. I could make as much money as I wanted, but there are no benefits. So. Oh, well. That's not something we think about while power washing. We power wash the pain away. I just really wanted to do this one. My employer has insurance, but at the start of the year, copay exploded and no. Thankfully, my ADHD meds have a copay, so it'll still be ridiculously expensive. But no, I don't even know who that guy is. Okay, whoever you're about to ask me about, I don't even know him. Hello, Dominion. For the record, we will be going back to Skyrim eventually. It's really hard when I have such nightmare work. Hey, so far so good. No, you know what. Yeah, it's true. It's very true. Thankfully, most of it should be doable. It's just one of them's a little bit more risky. No, not the worship tax. Yeah, thankfully, there's a copay. I have a copay. But because without all of the different things that I have for it, it's like $400. So if I had no copay, no insurance, it would be like upwards of $400. That's true. It's true. But thankfully also with the ADHD ones, it's not, I'm supposed to take them every day, but because they're like a by utility, it's like I would use it, like it's like an 8-hour effect. I can save them, like I have a bunch. Don't, actually, maybe I shouldn't admit that. It's not, no, I'm just kidding. It's not anything bad, but they don't like it when you do that because they think you're gonna, like, sell them. I'm like, dude, why would I sell it? I need it. One of mine was gonna be like 700. Yeah. Yeah, it just sucks when you find one that works and then you've been using it for a few years and then you're like, ah. But it is what it is. I'll figure it out. I still have a couple of months. Way cheaper, still good. Unfortunately, a lot of my stuff is, like, or a lot of things that, like, would probably be okay are, like, just as bad or in a shortage or... I don't know. Realistically, the ADHD meds are what I could live without them. It would be really hard, but they're not, like... they're not required. Using crowd control? I have. The only reason I don't have it currently is because I wanted to do like a first playthrough without any of that sort of stuff. But once we finish a first playthrough, I will probably definitely do crowd control. Ringo Burr can't focus. It's more the executive function. I get task paralysis and all that shit really, really bad. I get such like a deficiency in my brain that I can't do anything. So yeah, the focus, but also just like the ability to do things in general. There are some days where I'm completely fine, and there are other days where I'm like, I can't, I'm just gonna sit here at my desk and stare at an empty desktop for 3 hours. Not the, no. Task paralysis. Yeah, executive dysfunction and like task paralysis. And that one's really rough because it feels the most like I'm just being lazy. That has taken a lot of unlearning of bad habits as far as like the way that I talk to myself about it. Cause that's the one that's the hardest to explain to people. The focus is a part of it. Yeah. Yeah, so there's executive function, which is like the ability to do things, and so executive dysfunction. It's like I'm sitting there with a cheese grater against my brain, like, please, for the love of God, do the thing. But it doesn't work. It's why so many people with ADHD procrastinate till the last minute, because if they don't have that, like, added level, they're never gonna... it's like there's nothing to it. And you can't even reason your way out of it, really, because there is no, like, long-term reward for anything. That's why you hear a lot of people, like, instant gratification and stuff, and that impulse. Because there's no concept, really. It doesn't process the same way when it's long-term. It's a fascinating deep dive. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's like being stuck behind the wheel and you're slamming it on the gas, but the car's not moving. So it's like, I made it through all of school without... I didn't get meds until after I'd already graduated from college. So it's like, technically I could live without ADHD meds, but I would be like I would be flying by the seat of my pants at all times, because the only way I could get things done if I wasn't having a really good dopamine day. Like, the only way anything would get done is if it was like a last minute panic, or when I suddenly get super hyper focused and do it all in one go. But so I'm like, I was like a really good student and I really liked school, but I also did assignments on the last minute every time because I just couldn't get myself to do it anyway. Either way, in any other way. That's the word I was looking for. But yeah, that's the one that's really hard to, like, stomach. Because it's like, it feels the most like, why can't you just do it? Like, it's so frustrating. It's so, like, mentally draining and upsetting to have to sit there and be like, I don't know why I didn't do it. I just didn't. It's fascinating. It reminds me of that post, but it's not a life-threatening medication. Yeah, it's definitely the reason that I could do without it is probably because of my other medication. Because the thing with ADHD is that it also usually comes with so many other issues. But because I have like just like a general, it's essentially kind of like a Zoloft. Actually, you know, so like that's sort of like that mellowing out, that, you know, the serotonin stuff. Because I have that sort of thing, it makes it more manageable. It's still rough. I would have like it, I could do it. It would just be, I mean, kind of like what I've been doing since I'm not on it, but it's like I would be more at the whims of the chemicals in my brain at any given point in time and wouldn't really be able to like rely on myself for anything. And it makes it really difficult to to do anything. But I wouldn't like get sick and die if I didn't have it. Plus, you can sort of self-medicate with other things. Like, I could just chug, like, 3 Celsius a day. There are people who go their whole lives and don't use medication. There are ways to get around using it. So, I could do it. It just would not be fun. The world and job that I live in and work are not conducive to my brain's issues. What is it about powerwash? Every time we play powerwash, I end up talking about something, like, relatively deep. Yo! Nice new emote. Did you color correct it? Or, like, change the colors on it, I mean? Aw, cute. Cute. I am so behind on my emotes, but it's so much work to animate them. And I was thinking, I was like, oh, I'll just do emote lab, but none of the ones in there, there might be like one in there. That's one of the ones that we were gonna use. But it's so expensive to get them. I mean, and for good reason. I'm not like saying, lower your prices, but it's so expensive to get them custom made. Yeah, it'll all work out. I mean, like, it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, woe is me, but also like everything will be fine. I am also very fortunate to have a family who's not gonna let me like if I needed that, they would help me get it. So I'm very fortunate. And I'm very privileged in that way. I recognize that, just for the record. And I'm very grateful for it. But, fuck America. Sorry. Vocal a Cat is also very good. Intense focus. I still can't. I said it once, I'll say it again. The vibes are going to be so different depending on if you're watching it live versus watching it in a VOD because the VOD's just the game sound and then my yapping. None of this hype-ass music. Stuck. The vibe is, yeah, I mean, like, other than my incessant yapping, it would be something you could fall asleep to. That, and I guess my glitching out every few minutes, apparently, since I'm dropping frames and I didn't even know it. I want to say, one of the last times, so every single time we play this game, we end up talking about some, like, deep or serious shit. We talked about, like, the emotional maturity and love at one point. It's just a recommendation. It's true. Maybe I just felt like becoming stop motion. You're gonna stand in the way of innovation? That is not what I wanted to say, but I couldn't think of how to say what I wanted to say. You're gonna stunt my creativity? Yeah, one time, so the past few times I can remember playing this game, we talked about the nature of love and emotional maturity. And then another time we played it, I think the next time we played it, we talked about, like, the responsibilities of pet owners. What? Yeah, emotional maturity on Twitch. That was one of my, I think that was back in, wow, those VODs don't exist. That was in my, my, like, debut-a-thon thing I did. Back when I first switched over to a live 2D model. Excuse me, sorry. I don't go into work today until 7. That's so annoying. Or, like, I have, okay, correction. I have work, like, right after stream, but I don't go in person. It's, like, just online stuff and meetings and shit. I hate late nights. Meow, 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 meow. These are really annoying to clean. Wait. Ah, nose is itchy. This song is a very different vibe from everything else in this playlist. Yeah, I was gonna say, we were saying that it's a very different vibe if you're listening to the VOD or watching it live. Yeah, this is some, like, no-scope LMG, whatever shit kind of music. Or that. Post 10 shots at the casino table. I guess that too. This is all metal. I was about to be like, we've heard this song, and then I remembered we had to restart the playlist, so yes, we've heard this song. Spotify opened itself? Uh-oh. Spotify's, having a moment today. It's throwing a tantrum. Pandora would never. I don't know. Part of me thinks it's kind of fun that, it'll randomly decide, no, you're gonna listen to this song over and over again, actually. It's just the perfect amount of cursed I need in my life. Ah! Yeah, I got fed expired food. It'll be okay. Meow. Yeah, it said, no, this one. You want this one. It's gonna be too weak. Damn it. Ah, stuck. Soccer ball. I almost called it a basketball. What the fuck is wrong with me? Yeah. Aggressive affection. It's like, I'm addicted. Yeah, Spotify knows best, clearly. My bad. It's just picking which song it wants to be on my Spotify rap. I put the D on the wrong word. Sorry. Ah! I fell. Save it. Ah. Yo, this song. The song that I can never remember where I first heard it from. It drives me crazy to this day that I don't remember where I heard it from. Like, I know it was like a meme probably, but I don't remember which one I heard it from. Like, I heard it enough times to, like, associate it with it. It bothers me that I can't remember. It feels like an opening to something. You know? Hello? Hello? Brother. What is this melodies? The voices said hello back. Okay, yeah, good. Hi. Hope they're doing well. Please. Please. This is gonna drive me crazy. Why do I know this song? Other than it being on my playlist. I put it on my playlist because I knew it. Which fandom did this to me? Ah, this is a good song. I don't do this in a way that makes sense. We've fully entered my I'm just locked in and not offering commentary anymore. So I apologize, but... Sorry. That one kind of hurt. The tire's not clean? Oh. Got it. Oh hey, it's that song that was supposed to be next, but I don't play intense enough games to enjoy breakcore anymore. That's fair enough. I play intense games like this. Got tired of seeing Puff shirtless got chimped. That's kind of hilarious, actually. Burn. Wee. That was generous. Incorrect. Loud, incorrect buzzer sound. That is also extremely generous. Jesus Christ. Maybe we can finish this before stream ends. Although we do have to take a 3-minute break here in 7 minutes. Lock in. Yeah, I gotta lock in. 5% in 7 minutes. Although I could technically stay a little longer if I needed to finish it up. I can't stay late, but I could stay a little after 3. I think I got a 30-minute grace period if I really needed to. Why is that kind of shadow-coded? It's the fucking... I can't hear that, that chord or that note progression without thinking of Shadow the Hedgehog. Why are you late? Was watching a helicopter, sorry. Was watching my helicopter. Basically. Very generous. Wash. I'm falling. I'm slipping. Drop, please. Thank you. Me talking to the beat. Sorry. Wrong button. Oh my god, it's so fucking... It's so fucking... What? Why did she say those words? This is very, Coded. Synth too. I mean, everything in this playlist is probably synth. There's a few that aren't synth, but yeah, no, I know what you mean by synthwave. I couldn't think of the word or the name of the song. I mean, one of the programs used to make this stuff is literally Synth 5, isn't it? Or Synth V, I don't remember which one it's supposed to be. It's kind of funny to have a preference. If you think about it, it's kind of interesting to like have a preference of like the vocal banks. I mean, I guess it's not that weird because they're different for a reason, but I'm just thinking about it. I was like, wow, I really like the ones with, what is it, Kasane, I think is how you say it. Kasane Teto. I'm like, it's not, it's what? How do you, it's a, what? But they're supposed to sound different, aren't they? I always call her Teto. Yeah. Kasane. Or Kasane, if you want to Americanize it. Teto. Teto just reminds me of, like, I don't know. It sounds like something you would call, like, an aunt or uncle. Kusane. But that's also probably just because she's in so much because she's not a Vocaloid. So she's easier to use. Or not easier, but, like, more accessible. I think, right? Rotor blades! Oh. Speaking, this is also Kasane. Teto! Right? She's not credited on the song, but... Ray! Sorry, I got really excited. Hi! This is a great song. If it was, like, 3 keys lower, I would cover it in a heartbeat. What an awkward time. I'm snoozing the ads. Fuck it. We're gonna snooze the ads so that Ray can enjoy the song. Just for you, Ray. It's so high. I'm not a soprano. I was talking about you earlier, because I was talking about how, like, I never, like, sought these kind of songs out, but I had so much fun singing that one duet that I, like, started actively seeking them out to listen to in my free time. I was like, screw it. You don't belong to the mob? What? Who, me? I don't know what to do. It's high. I don't... Oh, probably the top of it, right. Vocaloid Vicent songs can be so fun. And it's also so accessible. I was like, what the heck? I'm sorry, you just give out your freaking instrumental versions in your like descriptions of the song. What? That's crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of most of the songs I know of them are probably from cover artists, actually. It's so cool. It's so fun. But yeah, it's definitely not for those of us with lower voices. It's definitely a little rough. Yeah, okay, wow. I totally missed this whole thing. I'm so happy you popped in. I was just lamenting on the fact that I wasn't going to get to see you today because I have work during your stream time. I was lamenting to myself in my head. It's like, what will I do? Hydraulic pipes. What is a hydraulic pipe? You've been lurking. Oh. There's always a siren lurking in the waters. That thing right there? Oh, you're so right. Thank you, Xenios. Oh, there it is. Or this is part of something. Although this part always makes me feel like I'm having a little bit of a stroke. Always. The waters aren't safe around here. I lost it. Oh, there it is. That is a hydraulic pipe. What the what? Ah! Stuck! No wonder they tell you not to walk on these. Tail rotor. Shaft. To me how you really feel. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that to myself. Where the what? Tell me how you really feel. Oh yeah, that checks out, actually. I don't know what to do. Oh, yeah! We did it! Yay! I am Toad. Uh-oh, pre-rolls. It's okay. We'll let them run in a minute. Although, well, no, okay. We'll let them run. I'm only gonna destroy my voice singing Screamo. You should... No. See, that's because you do it wrong. You're not supposed to hurt yourself when you sing it like that. Oh. I'm trying to decide. We don't have time to start a new one. Sorry, this is a good song too. I'm trying to decide what we're gonna do. I don't want to end, but I feel like I should. Because I don't have time for a whole new one. We also have ads starting. So what I might do is instead of letting the ads run, I snooze them again. Fuck your ads. Fuck the ads. And then I'm gonna just take a little peek and see if anyone that I'm not afraid of is live. So I might just... If it doesn't hurt, what's the point of... No, that's not... That's not healthy, Senios. I'm too much of a coward to raid a stranger. So we're not going to. But I kind of don't want ads to run because that'll be weird ending on ads. So I think we're just gonna end a little early, maybe. And by a little early, I mean like 5 minutes. But yeah, schedule going forward. My plan is to still do my normal Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. In the mornings-ish, noonish. However, we're entering my nightmare week at work. Week and a half, really. So, for those of you who have been around for those before, that means my schedule's kind of up in the air. At any point, I might have to cancel because of the amount of work I have to get done. So if you're not in the Discord, be sure to do !Discord, and I will verify you once you've checked off the rules. Because that is where I will usually say whether or not stream is canceled. So, or if you don't care and you just want to fly by the seat of your pants, go for it. That totally works for me. The Discord's not that big. It's kind of just not much going on. It's basically where I share music stuff, and where I let you guys know stream stuff is happening or not. Yeah. Was there anything else? I do want to still get back. We're still planning on continuing Skyrim. Skyrim is not canceled, and P5R is not canceled either. I just needed a little break for them, and then I kind of was struggling with energy sort of stuff. But we still are gonna get back into those. My hope is to probably get back into them sooner rather than later. Skyrim first, of course. But yeah. So just kind of be on standby. Schedule might be a little weird for the next week or two. But other than that, it's business as usual. So yeah. I probably will not be able to stream or squeeze a stream. We might be able to stream tomorrow morning, but probably not. Like 99.9% sure, probably not. So I will probably see you guys on Monday. Thank you so much for hanging out. This was really fun. It was kind of chill. I really needed this today, honestly. I'd been having a rough couple of days. So thank you guys so much for hanging out, keeping me company. I really, really needed this. And I need to get better about raiding people, but I'm afraid of strangers. So I have homework to do to find people to raid. Yeah, thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys whenever I get to see you next.
Bye-bye.
Power wash my pain away.
Do you need me to hang out for 5 minutes, Wombat? Thank you so much for the resub. You'll watch clips? Okay, good, because I gotta go. Okay, cool. Thank you for the resub, Wombat. Okay, bye!